are you?
Lekker and you, JP.
Good, thank you. Start off with introducing yourself, maybe, to the people,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
So my name is Matthew James Germanus. I'm Lebanese from South Africa. I'm a powerlifter. I competed in the WPC. I've 4 WPC world records. Also competed in strongman for a little while. I came fourth in Africa's strongest man, not novice division. Yeah, 145 kilos, 180 centimeters, and I'm in grade 12.
That's good. Question, if I'm right, you injured yourself the Africa Champs as well with your competition.
Yeah.
I saw that when I was looking you up.
Yeah, that was so on the first event, the log press, we were doing a max log press, and I started on 120. It felt superb. Went to 130 or 135, I can't remember, and felt awesome. So my next jump was either 140 or 145, and everything was perfect until I felt like a pop in my knee, and my knee just went like jelly, my whole leg, which had happened numerous times before. So I knew exactly what I was dealing with. I don't know what exactly it is, but I know that feeling, and it renders you pretty useless for a couple of months. So the whole competition was a bit of a worry, but I think with the biokineticist that was there, Robin, she was saying it was either a partially torn meniscus or ACL or PCL, slight tear. So still don't know what it was, but it was definitely a pretty crappy experience.
I would expect it to be a crappy experience. So let's move on to the next question. Is there any reason you started training for strength sports or training in general?
Yeah, so I started training in 2017. I was not doing any strength training, but I was going to gym. Me and my dad and my uncle started going to gym together, and we would basically just train to, get in better shape and stay healthy. And then 2019, the end of 2019, I took a bit of an interest in strength sports, and basically the beginning of 2020, I started training properly. So my first ever squat, bench, and deadlift was a 170 deadlift, a 160 squat, and a 90 kilo bench with my friend John Arrington. He basically showed me the ropes, trained me, showed me the correct way to train, and all these things. So I don't think there was really a specific reason. But in that time where I decided I want to try strength sports, I think it was a video of either Eddie Hall or Brian Shaw that I saw, and I was like, "There's no ways they're the strongest in the world." I was like, "I'm the strongest in the world," And I was like, I wanted to prove a point, so I saw like a 400 kilo deadlift or something, and I was like, I'll load that up, I warmed up with 60, 100, 140. I got to 170, and I was like, damn, I'm so weak compared to them. It's actually crazy. But ever since then, just been chasing them pretty much.
Wanting to become better in the sport. Become one of the best in the sport. On to the next question. What are some of your comps, like strongman powerlifting comps, and then what's your biggest achievements in the sport?
So the comps that I've done so far was I did WPC qualifiers in 2020, I think, and then the nationals towards the end of 2020. And then that was pretty much it that I did for powerlifting. And I took a bit of a break because I wasn't sure what was going on. I was kind of losing interest and gaining more interest in strongman. So I went and I competed a bit in strongman. After this, there was a comp in 2021. And that one was pretty much where I was like, I'm done with powerlifting for now, right? I kind of developed a hate for it. So I finished with that one, and then I said to myself, you know what? If I'm actually gonna make it in the sport, I need to get sponsors because, well, not everyone, but most people were against how I thought about it. Because the way I thought about it was, I have to buy myself knee sleeves, wrist straps, all these things, which I never had. I only had knee sleeves. I don't even have a belt at the time. I said, if I have to buy myself all these things, like I'll just never be able to afford it. So I said, if I can get a sponsor just for the equipment, I can at least take it further. So I said, you know what? I want to make a big impact and do something that no one's done before. So at the time, it was I was 16, and I did some research, and I never found anyone who had done a 300 kilo deadlift at 16 before. So I thought, you know what, this could be my like
Starting point.
impact. Yeah, to pretty much put my name out there and say, you know, listen, I speak a lot of big things, but also back it up, you know. So basically, just trained for that. I was training just deadlifts back for like the entire week. My training was like, looking back at it, I mean, it was deadlifts on Monday, back on Tuesday, deadlifts on Wednesday, back on Thursday, you know, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'd just rest. So, and I'd only train till like 3:30 because I didn't have my license. I was 16, so my sister would just come fetch me, and she was like, Matthew, if you're not ready by 3, um, I was yeah, I trained for that, and then comp day, I was feeling super weak. So I didn't really think that I was going to get it, if I'm being honest. But as soon as I pulled 280, I thought to myself, yeah, it's definitely in the bag. So I pulled a 250 warm up, and that didn't, it moved slow. But yeah, 280 felt good, and then 300 was obviously done on that day. But before that, comp was also, I don't know if you know, Irish Rock holds like a strongman competition for cancer. So that was the first strongman competition I did, and then I did that deadlift championships, and then after that one,
Your
I
latest,
think with yeah,
your latest comp was we deadlifted the 300 kg as well, if I'm
yeah,
right.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. That so basically with that competition, it was just to get a feel back into powerlifting and see, you know, how is everything structured, and see if I like remembered most of the rules, which I did, luckily. Um, but unfortunately, with that competition, I bombed out on bench. So actually, my training total is actually a bit closer to 800. But that competition, I got 720 because my actual recorded bench is 155. Because my opener, 145, they disqualified it because I think it was, I paused it and then I came down a little bit more and then up. But it was super easy. I mean, obviously, it's an opener, you know. So that was one of the reasons I was like, at that point, I was hating the sport. Yeah, I was like, I can do the weight. All I did was come down a little bit more, you know, like what the hell. But I bombed on bench, unfortunately. But that competition was pretty good. You know, it was my last competition in the WPC. I have announced on Instagram that I'm going into IPF because everyone's questioning my natural status. So
Yeah, people don't
I'll be
believe you. Even at my age, people at school tell me, "Are you not natural?" I'll tell them, "Come and test me. You can pay for it. I'll go and
yeah.
test."
I mean, it's been happening. I mean, literally, as soon as I started training, people at my school would mock me and call me the plug, you know. So it doesn't get any better. I promise you that. So because as you get a little bit older, your muscle matures a bit, and you get a little bit stronger, and then people really
People don't
stop.
believe you.
So, but yeah, I mean, and then obviously was Africa's Strongest Man, and that was the last strongman competition I did. But this most recent one was my last competition in the WPC and with reps, because I thought to myself, you know what, I want to maintain my natural status, and make sure that people know that I'm natural, you know. And the other thing was the reps, because like I feel like as soon as I was rapped by a couple of different people, and I got to feel, you know, my dad rapped me, Nicolas Dupria rapped me, I rapped myself. Um, I felt like everyone raps a little bit different, and um, some raps can give you like 5 or 10 kilos extra. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's at the end of the day, that's not my squat. I can't squat that much. It's at that point, it's a rap, you know. So I said, you know what? Let me go sleeves, because sleeves is basically no support. You know, it's like I would say maybe an extra 5 kilos.
Maybe
So
just a
and
bit
it's
of safety.
yes, yeah,
Safety.
and it's standard across the board. So I said, you know, sleeves is more true test of power. So that's the two reasons I'm switching to RPF.
Yeah. When are you starting competing? Next year?
Yeah, I think the what do you call it? The qualifiers February.
Yeah. So, yeah, what you're doing and where are you competing for the first provincial qualifiers? Where are you competing?
I have no idea. Hey. I haven't even signed up. I don't even know what the process of signing up is. I hear it's
I
pretty lengthy and pretty expensive.
think the one thing you also do is get a water idol anti-doping certificate to compete at nationals and internationals. It's one of the
uh,
requirements. It's a lot of
do
stuff.
you do the drug test?
Sorry?
Do you have to pay for the drug test?
I paid for anti-doping fee when I went to Worlds, but then they don't really test you that much.
Okay. Huh. How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was €100 if I'm right, but that's only international comp.
100 euros. That's a lot of money.
It's
Sheesh.
pretty expensive.
Yeah, yes. I suppose, you know, like if you want to be held to that standard, you have to pay the price. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually one of the reasons why a lot of people don't go to the IPF. It's because it's so strict and a little bit expensive, especially because you have to buy like all IPF approved gear.
Yeah, but I think the amount that the gears and stuff use, the company pays like €10,000 and you can get a year on your company to get IPF approved.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll text you for some help because I might have to sign up pretty soon.
So I think you sign up in the start of the year, so you pay like a yearly fee on your affiliation, and then you're fine.
All right, yeah, that's not too bad then.
But I'll go through that on WhatsApp and stuff with you
Okay, yeah,
if you
perfect.
don't mind. Okay, on to the next question. How's your diet and your training looking like at the moment?
At the moment, oh, you don't want to know at the moment, bro. Yeah, so at the moment I'm writing prelims because I'm in matric. So right now, diet is non-existent. It's pretty much like maybe like a peanut butter and jam sandwich for lunch, a couple of eggs for breakfast, and whatever my grand makes for dinner. It's genuinely nothing impressive. Training, I've only been able to train for the last week because the first week of prelims was insane. I wrote math on the first day, um, business on the second day, life science on the third day, Afrikaans on the fourth day, and then on the fifth day, I wrote accounting until 4 o'clock. So it
That's
was
a lot.
just, yeah, no, I couldn't go to gym at all day. So, but previously it was pretty much very simple as well, standard. Maybe about like 6 to 8 or 9 eggs in the morning. Um, Maybe like 2 slices of toast, and then for lunch would be first break I'd have 300 grams of mince and like 100 or 200 grams of rice, and then second break I'd have 300 grams mince, 300 grams rice with Rice Krispies and some milk and a little bit of protein powder for quick carbs before my workout, and then would drive to gym, quickly train, come home and chow whatever my grand made for dinner.
What's the amount of calories? If you should think about like, probably in a
Like
day.
before prelims,
Yeah, an
easily
average. You could just think about it.
4,000, I'd say.
So that's much. A lot of calories there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose like when you're hungry after your training and when you at school and you're chowing, yes, you're using your brain, you're chowing, so it goes down pretty quick.
I mean, I maintain like 3,500 calories, so it's a lot of food.
Yeah, I think the majority of the calories comes from my grand's cooking because I'm like the most hungry at night, and she'll always make like the best food. So if it's lasagna, there's two full plates, that's going down. So that's at least like 1,200 calories.
That's the time you're most hungry as well after the gym.
Yeah, yes. I see. And especially because like I used to before I had my license, I used to train till from 2 o'clock till like 4:30, and then wait till my dad got to the gym after work, like 6 o'clock. So it was like I haven't eaten for 6.5 hours. I was just like chow dinner. But now with my license, it's easier. I'll just come home at about finish exam at like 11. I'll come home at about like 1 or 1:30. I'll just, my she's been taking care of me. She's got always something to chow there, so just have whatever she's made.
Yeah, let's move on to the next question. What would you say to people our age that wants to come train in the gym, just in general?
I would say, I know this is very cliche, but I would definitely say take it slow. There is no rush at the end of the day, and I've found that every time I've tried to push my body too fast, too soon, that's when I've always gotten the injuries. And I would say rather than extreme strength training when you're a bit younger, like I'd say maybe under 18, um, I would rather go for like a bodybuilding type of training to gain muscle mass and just hit the high reps, low rest, rather than trying to like max out on PRs and stuff like that. Because I found for me that stuff when I was 16 and 15 kind of like messed with me, because I was too strong for my knowledge, if you know what I'm saying. So I like didn't know how to squat, but I was squatting 180. So like that kind of weight with bad form just like messed me up, So
Okay, good.
yeah,
With me, I got injured on my first time injuring my lower back. You don't have
yeah,
much experience with that type of stuff. Getting
yeah,
injured
yeah.
isn't the greatest thing.
I had like a knot on my lat. And yes, I mean, at that point, because you know how everyone is, when you start training, they're like, you're not going to be able to walk when you're older. And I was like, yeah, until I got that knot. And like everyone was like, yo, you see, you've bulged the disc. So I was like, yes. Then I started getting like scared. So we got x-rays. They were like, no, your back's fine and everything. And then it was actually a pretty bad knot because, I mean, even the doctor was like, he thought it was a tear, but I don't think it was a tear because it was like a big ball about the size of my fist that was like literally just bulging. And he gave me Cataflam, which is an anti-inflammatory, to take for like 3 weeks. And I was like thinking to myself, an anti-inflammatory, I can't stay on that for like long term, so I need to figure out what's going on. So actually, that was like my worst injury because I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even like get up. But the thing that actually helped it was a tip from my friend George Lopez. He said like if you grab a ball and you like roll against it on the wall or on the floor, and you just like roll on that knot. Oh man, I did that twice and it was gone. And I mean that was a lot of pain I was in. Hey, damn. And to think there was a solution so simple.
I think my
Yeah.
worst injury when I started stressing was the latest issue. I hurt my soft tissue on my ribs. But
Oh yeah.
they say the pain is like a heart attack. So I started stressing when I got the pain after squat and was like, there's something wrong here with my body. Went to the
Yeah, all the
doctor.
pre-work up to you.
I don't even use pre-workout, that's the problem.
Oh,
I thought
gee.
it was what is going on here. I don't know what's the pain, but I must go to the doctor. Like
Yes,
when
yeah.
I came home, I just told my mom, make a appointment with the doctor, I need to go there.
Yeah, yes, it can like worrying. I've also had like a couple of times. I'll never forget it because everyone in the gym stopped and looked at me. I was drinking a Monster, you know those ultra white ones, well, I don't know what it's called, the white one, you know,
Yeah,
the
the
big
white
one.
one.
And I was drinking it, and I like for some reason my heart just like started like going weird, and I was like, I like just started fading, like going more and more back, and like I kind of just like sat down and I was like, and then I like stopped and it was gone, and I was like, am I still alive? You know? And my friends looked at me and they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, yeah, I think so. You know, and like I was like, geez, I think I just had a heart attack. You know? Yes, yeah, no, those energy drinks. That's why I stopped them as well. No, yes, I think can cause a bit of damage to your heart.
I try to not drink too much energy drinks and that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, don't. Yes.
Okay, but let's move on to the next question. It's last question I got for you. But how is it like training with Nicholas Supria, one of the strongest powerlifters in the world?
Yeah, Nicolas. Let me tell you something. When you train with him, it's a very. I think the word would be demasculating or emasculating feeling, because you kind of just lose the feeling of being a man. You know, you kind of just you don't want to be seen squatting with him. So it's like the one time we went to Barbell Bullies, where when he was maybe about 3 weeks out of the ABS Pro, and we went to Barbell Bullies, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm just looking to hit a comfortable single," and he's like in the car and he's driving, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, like what are you trying to hit?" So he's like, "Oh, 405," and I was like, "Whoa, comfortable single." So he's like, "What are you gonna try hit?" And I was like, "Also a comfortable single, 255." And he's like, he looks at me, he's like, yeah, that's solid, dude. You know, that guy is like, he's the best guy, because I mean, you could be like, I could have said 60, and he'd be like, yeah,
Hey,
that's a,
he's a very humble guy. I've met him like twice or
yeah,
2 or 3 times at IPF Nationals, SAPF Nationals. But he's very humble.
yeah, no, yes, I've genuinely never met someone like him, because, there's a lot of things he does that is just like, to think, he's, I don't know, he's just like a great person, to be honest. Like, he helps a lot of people. He's never rude to anyone. He's extremely patient with everyone. So to me, that's like not only in lifting, but also like in life. That's a person who I can definitely aspire to be. Um, because to be honest, I've never seen him lash out at anyone. He's a big guy, but he just never gets angry.
Yeah, but
That's
his lifts are
yeah.
insane. Like before his ABS Pro comp, when he just warmed up to get his body ready, already broke my total in powerlifting. I just said like a week ago, and he's like, no,
Yeah.
it's just warming up the muscles.
I know he's mad. Also, like the first time I ever trained with him, we did bench, some chest, and yo, let me tell you, I benched like 150, and I was like, yeah, 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 and then he's like, well done, Matthew, he'll hype you up, and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna go 220 quick, like he does it, no gear whatsoever, and he just benched it, and like the way it went up so fast, the bar was literally bending, and it came up so quick that it did that at the top, and I was just like, what? Like, how do I even be seen in public with this man? He's like, I don't know, bro. Damn, he's just too much, Like, he's also come to my house, and every time, like, I try not to look at him, because he can get scared sometimes. Yeah, yes, yeah, but what I will say about him is he's a great friend, he's a great coach, he's a great mentor, and he's definitely a great person to learn from. So. Yeah, Nicolas Dupria.
So I'm done with my questions, but do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. What got you into powerlifting?
Okay, I was very overweight as a child, so I was like 100 kgs at 13, 12 years old. The doctor even told me, "Hey, you're not gonna make it in a later stage because I had fat on my liver." So then I started training to lose weight. Powerlifting comp. I saw a powerlifting. I contacted Samuel, Samuel
Uh,
Fronstein,
Yeah.
I contacted him. I told him, is there any comps, like any strength comps near? He told me, go check out the SAPF. Went on the site, saw there was a comp. I think it was in December. I saw there was a comp in January or February. I talked to my dad about it. He told me, go and compete. I told him, nah, I won't compete. I'm not strong enough. Give me another 2 years. So then at a braai, we started speaking again on the topic. I signed up, went in to compete. There, met my coach. He got me into the comp as well, Coach Rodney. So I started competing then. Now I'm wanting to break the SA squat record next year.
Okay. What is the squat record?
I think it's 247.5.
And what's your squat?
Current max is 210.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
That's after the soft tissue injury.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, that's easy for you, bro. I think if you're training consistently and your diet is right, and I call it the holy trinity. If you can get your nutrition, your training, and your sleep right, and your recovery, there's pretty much no limit, you know.
Just put focus on discipline, train hard, keep working.
Yeah, and what I will give you for squat is activation and warm up. If you can get a good activation and warm up program going for yourself, yo, it's a game changer, you know. I always used to just slap on like 60 kilos and start squatting, and that was my warm up, you know. But as soon as you do like dynamic stretches, like some resistance band stuff, yo, it's a game changer because then every muscle's firing and everything's just smooth, you know. There's no hiccups in anything.
Yeah, I started like a year ago with actually stretching for the squats and stuff. Most of my lifts because I got injured. So I
Yeah.
started just warming up, doing cardio
Yeah.
before like squats, and then warming up, and then starting with the bar and going slowly up.
Yeah, no, it's a game changer. It's a game changer, and everything's firing properly. So, you know, you pretty much at your full power.
Yeah, so, do you have any other questions?
No, not really, man.
So we can announce the giveaway then.
Yeah,
If you
for
would
sure,
like to
for sure.
announce it.
Yeah, for sure. So, we are doing a giveaway, myself and Milkme, to support JP's channel and another good cause, which is Kellen Mull's raffle to raise some funds to help him get to official strongman games. So we'll make a post about it, an Instagram post. But basically, the rules to enter, it's very simple. All you have to do is make sure you're following all of us. You share the post to your story and tag us. And thirdly, you have to comment 3 people's names in the comment section. Tag 3 people, 3 friends, you know, whoever you want to win. And to get a bonus entry, or we'll work out how many entries you get, but to get bonus entries, buy a ticket for the raffle. Which, to be honest, I'm no financial advisor, but here's the thing: that's going to be in your best interest because if you haven't seen it, it's 11,000 rand worth of gifts that you could win. So a simple 150 rand ticket, to me, that seems like a good investment.
But thank you for the giveaway as well. I appreciate it. Something
For
I
sure.
also wanted to do. And yeah, thank you for coming on, talking to me, telling me about
100%.
yourself. Maybe one day we'll do another podcast with more people in the room.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But I really
That'll be
appreciate it.
no problem, brother. Have a blessed weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Cheers, JP.
Enjoy the rugby.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.